So whoever your dealership or salespeople are lead genning, if the website's driving that, if you're still trying to call, that's going to be a problem. How many of you have no landline in your life at home? No landline, only a cell phone. Show me. I asked this question in the last 12 months in Honolulu, in Halifax, in Shreveport, Louisiana, in Tampa, Florida, in Seattle, in California, in Vancouver, right across Canada, and my guess is 85% of people don't have a landline. So we're still telling our salespeople to call your customers, no landline. On your phones, you have something called caller ID or call display? How many of you absolutely do not pick up the phone hardly at all anymore unless you want to, you know who it is, and you feel like it's something you want to do? When a salesperson calls you in line at McDonald's or when you're wiping your kid's ass, what's your reaction to that salesperson? Yeah, because we're caught off guard because these things are with us personally all the time. So phoning right now is, I'm going to say, pretty ineffective. How many of you have more than one email address, personal or professional, more than one email? How many of you pick and choose who's going to get what email? How many of you absolutely do not open up, answer all your emails? Even with the primary email that goes to your phone, do you actually delete things out of your inbox without opening them, yes or no? Who here has a hard time listening to voicemail? Who does not listen to voicemail? Who has voice to text? If voice to text isn't working, you say, well, too bad for you. If you can't articulate well enough, I guess I'm not going to talk to you. Who has that attitude? Yes or no? So to me, it's all about psychology. Now, how many times a day are you checking your text messages? How many times a day do you think we're checking our texts? Why do we check our texts like an addiction? It's short. We probably have a relationship already. Somebody's texting. And I'm going to tell you, I still have, not clients, but dealerships that I meet, that their managers say, stop texting people and pick up the phone and call them. Could you not send somebody a text that says, please call me? Are you more likely to get a call back on a text that says, please call me? Yes or no? Yeah. There's still dealerships that block the server, so salespeople can't log into social media in the showroom. They got like a Faraday cage around the showroom. Who's seen this? There's a huge gap between what you're talking about and where the business is. It's not even funny. And lead generation is something you got to address. Test drives are still going to happen some way, somehow. Who's ever gone to a phone store and VR'd a car or done VR on a phone? Have you seen the technology of VR with a phone, yes or no? It's pretty good technology on a phone. So this is going to come to mainstream on websites. Cadillac, I know, just launched this. Somebody sent me an article through LinkedIn. It was called The Demise or the Death of the Car Salesman, or Car Sales Lady, whatever it was. And it was because you could do a virtual walk around with a live assistant on a car. I think Hyundai might have it too. Has anybody seen this? Okay, so what's happening with this is more and more the decision making, the selection is happening, but people still, because it's a physical product and we're not living in, well, maybe we are in a VR if you follow that, but we're not living in driving a VR car yet, they still seem to want to physically drive a car. Is that fair? Very few people, local buyers, feel confident enough in the pricing procedure to finalize price online, especially if there's a trade. So today in dealerships processes, the gap is how are we doing with lead generation, pricing, and test drives? Because yeah, the online thing is there, but it's not taking away our job as a dealer.